I almost said it again. Danganronpa V3. The Shrine of Judgment.
Oh dear.
Here we've all got, but it seems there are less and less of us.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I'd want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level.
What?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Are you okay?
What point are you okay, Kaito?
I don't know.
That being said,
No wrong.
hoo-yah!
Mio, the only dipshit who hasn't died are you and Gonta.
Unacceptable.
Rest in peace.
You're not wrong, Kyo.
But... well, you know... I also... Indeed.
Got a minute?
Jeez.
Also, aren't you a robot? So, you know, literally an inner voice.
Huh?
That's right.
All right already.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
Hey, so
Huh?
What should I say?
shut up!
All right already.
It's a lie.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. And that's what we...
Damn.
Seriously? No, everybody but you's just gonna be unable to do it.
Listen up.
Why did I speak to her?
Please wait.
On your knees.
You're so dumb.
That is not funny.
Inner voice? Really now? And there's only 3 suspects. Other than, of course, suicide.
Okay.
Oh, I already talked to you. I meant to talk to her. Okay, we're screwed. I am starting this at a reasonable time. It is 10:35, so I started this at 10:30. There are a few of us, but the others seem to move faster. Downward into the black. The doors parted slowly. Or is it?
Uh-oh.
bitch you are, man. So she hated you. I really don't care. There were also people who brainwashed. One brainwashed a bunch of people. The other one was just a shitty person. You know, I don't care who killed Tengen. Doesn't bother me, damn. Oh, wait, yes I do. Mm. No, I think I'm fine. Is it bad that I really don't care who killed them? They are heroes.
Ahem. Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial.
Well, whoever killed Tengen is there.
During the trial, you'll present your
Yeah,
arguments
I
for who the
don't
culprit
give a shit
is,
one way or the other
and
about
vote
Angie.
for who done it.
She was just a pain in the ass.
Vote correctly, and only the blackened
Yeah.
will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish
We get
everyone
punished.
besides the blackened, and that person will graduate
Right.
from this academy.
Right.
Also, refusing to vote will result in your death, so you better vote for someone. Now, smiles, everyone! It's showtime! Let's get this crazy awesome trial underway!
Sorry, everyone. I don't think I'm gonna be much help this time. Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman!
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
Who did it?
Seriously? My mic keeps turned off.
Who killed Angie and Tenko?
You did.
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be two killers.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
You're not wrong. It could have been
What do you
Tenko.
mean?
The transfer student. Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
Say something, Shuichi.
No, it's not. Oh, you want proof? Necronomicon.
This crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No! So, ritual did work?
Who was resurrected, I wonder?
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back.
Rantaro.
Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Please, stop it!
This crime was committed.
No!
So, ritual.
No.
That's wrong!
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded. According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
And I'm holding it right now.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would
Yep.
have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
I probably wouldn't have killed anyone to begin
I
with.
guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand. Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
What are you talking about?
But it's true. I never lie about motives.
Daddy said so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Seriously? Seriously?
Man, I can't
You
believe
got
you
it.
guys wasted such a perfectly good motive.
So
You should have
we
let
could
me
have
use it to bring
brought
Monodum
someone back to life.
Monodum is still alive, though.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
Oh?
Well, Natara,
So
you're about to die.
resurrecting the dead was actually possible this whole time?
There's no way it's possible.
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who?
Yep.
Who did it?
Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this. I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
What? Why?
Don't play dumb with me, creep show.
So it's not
I
him.
already know what happened.
So it's not him.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
Yeah.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon.
No.
You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in.
Incorrect
That's wrong.
statement.
No, Kyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab. Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab, she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Kyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first
Yeah.
place.
So
It's not
whoever
him
killed
who
Angie
killed
must have
her
been one of
then.
the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
Oh, how clever.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Tsumugi, and Himiko.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie. I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Could you just say something about friendship
Yeah,
that
of course.
wasn't malicious?
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot ain't people, Jack.
I will let
That's
that
wor-
remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
Whatevs. The culprit should confess already. Gonta, Keyboy, or Tsumugi? Well,
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
Just shut up.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
No. But it's
Gonta
not you,
definitely
Kibo.
will not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez.
I'm not the culprit.
That's what. Yep, I was gonna say. Mass panic debate.
We must consider other possibilities. Surely there must be suspect.
You would
Outside
not
the student
betray
council.
student council!
And do you have an alibi for last night?
A dead chick
Not just
can't be the
anyone can open
culprit.
that door.
Why?
Only student council members have.
Look, I don't know who the
I
culprit
didn't know
is,
robots told such boring lies.
but it's definitely not me.
Is that a robophobe?
One more time.
We must consider other.
The teacher said something there.
Surely.
For last night?
Not just anyone can open that door.
Why?
Student council.
Okay, Chi, you're wrong.
No, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
So you could have picked the door for someone.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed Angie.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie. The culprit was me. All along.
No, it wasn't.
What?
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Nah, no joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, he's lying. I think.
He is.
Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No, definitely not a lie. I
No more.
killed Angie. Shouldn't you guys
No, you killed
believe the
Tenko, if
culprit when
anything.
they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Didn't you just turn the lock?
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
No.
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
What different method?
Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was... That's it!
Back door.
The back door. That's how they made
Yeah.
this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
The culprit used a certain tool.
No, I'm kidding.
I see it.
That was a joke. It was the sheath. How the dumbass out there stabbed it back into
Gold-leaf
the
katana that was stabbed
statue.
in the Kaede's effigy. The culprit used that to hit
Oh.
the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather
That's
easily.
dumb.
That evidence rings a bell.
Yeah, it does.
A school bell.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
Oaks Peak Academy, to be exact.
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
He's right. That's not important right
The
now.
gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with a katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself.
Oh yeah, I was hanging.
It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigy's hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
There's nothing in the ritual about that.
Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
Like a domino effect? Oh, jeez. Please don't. Like I'm playing Crazy Taxi or some shit. I don't know. I've never played Crazy Taxi. I don't like how the slightest touch just breaks everything. Damn it. That's stupid. Aha. Got the one I wanted. Let's see what are our options. I don't know. What? Spinning it? Really? How would that have worked? It would have hit one of the... yeah, but... This doesn't make sense in the context.
That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy spun?
That's right. If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way.
And it would slowly go down.
And of course, the katana would spin with it.
Let's just wax at some point when the katana fly out,
culprit used the
or
katana's
loosen,
counterspin to push the lock into place?
or something.
The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked. By using the effigy with a katana.
Okay.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us. Oh, but
Let me
the
guess.
movie
Anime
spy
wasn't
box
making
was
you
right.
happy.
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it.
Yeah.
As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it worked.
Which is why the culprit
True.
chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the
Yep.
student council's fault?
100%.
I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up so we'd think it was some kind of ceremony. That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
Yeah.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed. I don't want to completely ignore that possibility, but I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Yes.
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Why wouldn't he?
Cough it up, Kokichi!
Oh, man, you guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out.
To spice things up.
If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
Okay,
Not
I'll
commenting
start
on
right
that.
now.
Alright, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room
You.
mystery?
Mew, I can't hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter since anyone could have done it.
Yeah.
Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Cum dumpster!
Ah.
Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
What?
What should we talk about now?
I don't know, but please
We
make the
must focus
conversation.
not on the locked room, but
Yeah.
on who entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry.
Incorrect.
Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council.
Tento.
Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
We don't need that right now.
It's fine. That's just a waste of time.
Me? A suspect? I never kill Angie!
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
He's not a
Silence,
suspect.
outsider. Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
He's right.
We might catch them with their pants down.
No, the only thing you can do here with that
Anyway,
is you.
I want to ask the suspect rangers, what should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Huh?
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What do you mean?
The 2 victims could have been killed by 2 separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. We've got to figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless. Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
Yes, it is.
Tenko's death was meaningless?
No,
How dare you!
it's meaningless to figure out
Poor
who
Tenko!
killed her now.
How could you do this to her? Himiko.
Poor Tenko, she was a piece of shit.
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give 2 shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead.
Yeah,
Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
he's right though.
No. It's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. But that's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive. But now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously. It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through.
Yeah, we just dealt with this bullshit with Shuichi
So I'm
and
gonna help you
Kade.
out. Let's work together to find the truth.
It's just
I'm not gonna let
pointless.
anyone say her death didn't matter.
No, her death is. We can deal with that later.
Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless. The name of the curse is Death Curse.
That's contradictory.
Suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up. All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning
No.
someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run. I won't forgive something so messed up.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
Whoever killed Tenko is a hero.
I told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death.
You're right,
Not
but
just to survive
we can
this
do that
trial,
later.
but so we can keep going and live on.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us.
Fine.
Yeah, maybe.
So, what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Tancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Tancrotch!
That's it.
Yeah, because people got
It's me,
kicked out.
Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
So those four are the culprits.
Incorrect.
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the four is really Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
Correct. He is the most suspicious.
I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes? If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Yeah, I was about to say, so he's not.
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
Oh, right.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
What? Oh shit, I clicked the wrong thing.
There!
I was under it, sorry.
You're talking
That's
about
not
under the
fair
floor,
then.
right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person can move through.
Yeah.
There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
I freaking swear, if you say Angie's ghost, I'm gonna stab you myself.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
Yeah.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor.
I didn't say it was new.
And sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said, hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
It just got that function.
You are villain.
You mean
Huh?
No, hold on a second. Kibo could have used
Damn it! The culprit sneaked
No,
in
there
during the
isn't.
seance
That's your issue. You just
by
had it.
crawling under the floor.
None of these are useful.
But it was pitch black. During the seance. How could they can see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Oh my god.
Huh? Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said, hold on a second.
You really did
Robot
make me
functions to
laugh.
commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance.
Crawling under the floor. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to
I'll reveal
Really?
the truth.
Perjury, yay.
Mew, you gave Kibo his flashlight function, correct?
Yeah.
Did you not notice?
I didn't notice what?
The drawback of the flashlight function that you added. It's so bright, even Kibo can't see when it's turned on.
I see. That bright, huh? Wait, what? There's no way a genius like me would make that
You
kind
sure?
of rookie mistake.
But you make mistakes a lot.
Yeah.
Hold.
Hey! If you're gonna fuck me in front of everyone, at least buy me dinner first!
If he can't
For
see,
you, there's no
it doesn't
dinner
matter
needed.
how bright the area is. He couldn't move like that. So Kibo couldn't have been underneath the floor.
Is that true, Kibo? Is what
Kibo,
Shuri
go
just
with
said
it.
True?
Go with it, Kibo.
Well, I'm so sorry. I just don't remember. Really, I'm sorry.
Ah, we get it already. Just turn it off. We're gonna go blind.
You don't remember? What does that even mean?
Well, Shuichi, trying to make a fool out of me, huh? Let me put on some makeup, cause I want to at least look pretty before you decide to fuck me!
That's.
Shuichi, I'm so sorry.
Damn, that is seriously bright.
Blind Kaito
Might
over
have
there.
shone through the gaps of the floorboard if it had been this bright.
Yeah.
Yes. The culprit couldn't have used a light under the floor. Not even Kibo.
Oh,
They couldn't have.
We were there after all. We would know. There was a hole near the corner of the room we were in, remember? If someone had a light under the floor, it would have leaked through.
But when we did the seance, I'm pretty sure the room was
Yeah.
pitch black.
That's right. We didn't see anything, so the culprit couldn't have used a light.
And just because I have a built-in flashlight function does not mean I am the culprit.
I see. That was a flaw.
Plus he's constantly glowing.
Geez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot.
He's homophobic, we've known
My
this.
status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
All right, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
Yeah.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Enough with the flashlight. It's way
Seriously,
too
we're
bright.
gonna blind Kaito.
It would have been
We need
difficult to
him.
move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny? Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that. That'd let the culprit find
This
her.
ain't goodbye to
Then
spell.
they could stab her through the floorboards.
How they marked her.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. I'm just
Right?
gonna ignore it.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Thought we already said goodbye to despair.
Yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate
Was it
on
just
another
outright double suicide?
What other issue?
issue? Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
Wait,
That's not
yeah,
possible.
I genuinely
She was
can't
alive.
think of a culprit. It can't be Kyo.
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
So I'm not exactly smart enough,
The
so...
floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
Then she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
Was she poisoned?
A different time?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads!
Huh?
Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up!
No,
and
she's
think!
actually right.
If
Could
you
have been
wanna make
poison.
my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains!
You're so vulgar. Ugh.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time, and she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
Like that.
When cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tanko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
There's no
Excuse me.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance. It could not have been done at any other time.
Why the hell did my health go down so much because of that?
What about moment cage was lifted? When cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw. So who lifted the cage?
Himiko is the culprit.
Oh no!
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time, and she was dead when the cage was lifted.
Wait a minute.
What about moment cage was lifted?
Like that.
When cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tanko real fast.
Is there a way to check out their freaking live
So
versions?
fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
There's no doubt. When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
My health is so low because of my live.
She was under the cage the
The
whole
whole time, and she was dead.
when the cage was lifted. What about moment cage was lifted? When cage lifted,
Culprit
stabbed Tanko real
fast.
so fast, no one saw.
So who lifted the cage?
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
What do you want from me, you stupid piece of shit? None of these work. And it's not like I can just check it. Not like you had any useful shit to this.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any time. She was under the cage the whole time, and she was dead when the cage was lifted.
Breathe.
What moment cage lifted?
Like that.
When cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tanko real fast. So fast,
No one saw. So who lifted the cage?
Maybe it's going to state that needs to be counted.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been
Done at any other time.
She was under the cage,
The whole time.
and she was dead.
When the cage was lifted.
what about moment lifted? That's wrong.
Breathe and think. Breathe.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had
Right.
Tanko's blood on it. that cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Didn't I just prove you wrong?
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna
What?
prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out! Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the cage. And that clean white sheet got stained blood red!
Excuse me?
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have
Yeah.
fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko, sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is, and that's none other than Kyo! The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko, sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
No.
I'll cut through your words.
Incorrect.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage. She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Definitely.
I messed up again? How could this happen?
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Embarrassed.
Why?
No
Because
worries,
you're an
Mew.
idiot.
Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Yeah, no worries.
How embarrassing!
Oh yeah, definitely.
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have
Yep.
been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
Yep.
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Right.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, for a living person.
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed.
Himiko?
Please don't.
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
Because Tenko killed
What
Angie.
if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
But
Then explain how the
Tenko
culprit
can.
killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done it!
wait, I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage? If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No.
There's no
If
way.
there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I
noticed.
agree with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
Nonsense. There was no
Statue.
space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, The culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time.
Or it was just outright Tenko.
I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
Yep.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
Well, Tenko killed Angie and then killed herself.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter.
That explains why she didn't go out grunt in pain or anything.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had
She
stabbed
lifted up the
herself,
thing
wouldn't the sickle
and
still
threw it.
be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
No, she didn't.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed.
Right.
After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Right.
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
That was the perfect time. Nobody could stop her.
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. She told me.
Yeah, and then she killed herself.
What if all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
Yeah.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking.
Yeah.
That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them.
Right.
That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Okay.
Because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too
No.
strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
I want to believe she did.
Gonta, no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
Which is why it
If you
was set up
insist we
that way.
believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
I'm the postal girl.
Yes,
Shoot
there
you.
is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
I'll see you guys at the end of the seance.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
So far, suicide...
The corner.
That seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us
Oh, okay. Ah, there we go. Both killed by the same murder weapon, it seems like. Both stabbed in the back of the neck. Similar cause of death, okay.
down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not a person! But if it did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself.
Finally, with the last of her
Strength. She threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces.
Yeah, a little too easily, don't you think?
Explanation.
Her plan was to take us down.
I was wrong!
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Wait.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
Yeah, last for strength. There we go.
Secretly brought
Finally, with the last of her strength.
I'll reveal the truth.
You're a bitch.
Tenko couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor because she died instantly.
Instantly?
I'm certain of it.
Say nothing,
My
Maki.
investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail. Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle.
Okay, sure.
Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No! There must have been a way! We're gonna figure it out!
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
It was a seance.
If you know something, please speak up. It could be
That's
the key to
okay.
solving this mystery.
Just have to quit. Tito, you just said, did anyone witness anything weird during the seance? There gotta be a bit more specific, Tito. Seriously. I'm gonna die.
Did anything seem out of the
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna freaking die.
ordinary during the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The fact
Yeah.
that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
Agree.
Agree! Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
Sentences with sleep wild. Seriously.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor real. What could have fallen down?
There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down,
I
right?
would say RPG
Am I wrong?
say
I
that.
thought something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
Before. Oh, that did it.
Oh no!
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Think about it.
This is it!
We go.
I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
would the floorboard have made such a loud sound though?
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
Yeah.
All right, then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together. Now.
God damn it, I need help.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
No.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
But that
No.
statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
But we all said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard
Making
that comes
sense
loose when
with
you step on
something.
it is dangerous. God, it's like anyone here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, force.
Someone who participated. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a
Wooden statue.
No.
But that statue
Under floor. Then stood up with might.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who
Yeah.
participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
that wouldn't make a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
I'm gonna
Judging
die.
from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
Wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide
Actually, I'm
under
fucking
floor.
blind. Read this chapter
Then
of all
stood up with
chapters.
such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have
Raised
stomped through the floorboard.
No.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it. Ball.
Mew?
And balls are the best of friends.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Just do it.
Someone who participated.
That makes such a loud
Fell over.
Not about to freaking lie again. You know what? Screw it, I'll try.
But we already
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Oh no!
He gamed me over. You freaking gamed me over.
Is this?
I'm surprised they don't
Get
just
in
kill
here.
Shuichi like they do all the time. I mean, like, usually they kill the main character, but...
So what made the floorboard come loose?
From the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person fell over.
He said peel off the floorboard, right? Why do you know?
Floorboard.
I agree.
Are you shitting me? I was about to try that anyway.
Koichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right?
Yeah.
Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the crosspiece?
You know, right? They could have lifted. They could have lifted it up. I'm just clicking random things. How have I... Seesaw. You're fucking kidding me, right? You're fucking kidding me, right? Seesaw elevator. Seesaw effect. How the hell are we supposed to know that? How is that supposed to come up in normal fucking conversation? Why would anyone think that was what it was? A seesaw effect. Seriously?
that's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
That's just stupid. Why would you say seesaw?
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two cross pieces holding up that board were close to the cage.
I hate Hangman Givens.
If you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Yes! I knew it!
Body.
Are you shitting me? Did I get that right with the stupid
Yeah, that sounds
freaking...
like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't
It
have killed
stabs
Tenko
you.
like that, unless they used the sickle.
I was
That's
right about the
exactly right.
statue?
Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor. That's it!
Well, I was actually close with guessing that the
sickle
freaking
is at the
statue
top
was
of
used in the
iron
murder.
cage, with the blade facing down.
That was a joke.
The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage. Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. but the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
It was Kyo who killed her.
Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage. She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouched position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
What?
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
You know, go back to being high or whatever.
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta
Yeah,
think
so
outside the
Kyo
box.
did kill her.
Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Yeah?
So was you, Kyo.
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Huh? Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
Oh, it's Kyo.
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had
Yeah.
instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it.
So it's 100% you, Kyo.
Then she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a
No, it's Kyo.
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved.
It's not
tragically
Himiko.
killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Yes, and you wanna know how?
Tenko? I killed
The salt
Tenko?
was in exact shape it was. You wanna know how? No one else would have been able to do that.
What's wrong, Himiko?
No one else had it memorized but him. He did it without the picture and everything. It's not Himiko. Well, anyone wants to take a break, now's your time. I'll leave it on the screen for like 10 seconds.
chill now.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Absolutely right. Hey,
Yeah. Not really.
all right. This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Ah! I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Logic does not compute.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious.
That doesn't sound scary at all!
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my
Um,
friends.
We gonna get on the train or
Did
what?
you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening.
Good job.
I don't... Angie died. Tanko died. Why did I have to survive?
I don't know.
And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Damn it.
It's really
Don't tell
not.
me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial!
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired.
Himiko, stop being a
All
brat.
just a big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko
You're
would never
brat,
kill
Himiko.
Tenko. Himiko, not that kind of person.
Himiko
Gonta
didn't
can
kill,
tell by
but she is a
Himiko's face.
freaking brat. Grow up, Himiko.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, is not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
Yuichi, you're the main character. Shut up. I don't
Performing
care.
a seance in that room was Himiko's decision, wasn't it?
Actually,
What if someone steered her into
Bully Kokichi.
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one, Himiko? Because you laid your trap there.
Was
Wanna
Trap
watch?
really in that
Wanna
room?
bet?
Other rooms may be trapped.
Ding ding ding.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
I was
Wait,
way too
Kokichi, you're an
careless.
idiot.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah. I forgot you almost done. Oh.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on.
Yeah,
There's also a loose floorboard in the next room?
there's one in all 3, I bet.
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
Yep. Kiyo.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
No,
Especially you!
because he is the culprit.
No, there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you? Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory. We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead. This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
Yeah. This game is definitely
Right.
different from
So
the other
let's do
2.
our best.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain
Seems
anymore.
more emotional.
I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Like it's putting a lot more character
Do not say
development into
everyone.
people other than
After
just
all, the blackened is
the
still
main
among us.
3.
Jeez, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul.
Soul
bro.
bro.
Your soul, bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert at
Mhm.
stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic. Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
What? Oh. Mm.
Damn it!
I need breathe. I step on the floor. No, I know why. Because the circle. Pass it over without even thinking about
This
it.
is it! It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime. Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trip.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
Hey, I was partially right.
It has to be you!
I ain't messing up at the side, bitch.
Was it you?
What?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo? Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I see. That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
how can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
That's it! The culprit used touch. They didn't see, they felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
God damn it. I don't know, okay. And just show me letters and expect me to I'm good with that kind of thing. Okay. Magic circle. Oh, wrong thing. Nope.
I see now.
Magic circle.
That's it! The magic circle! Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
Prove me wrong, bitch.
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
Which is why there were lines in every corner.
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner. The magic circle did.
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same.
No, you
Perfectly
didn't.
memorized.
So which...
Not anymore.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
Thank you, Kibo.
Pain.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Kibo.
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Hey, may I have your attention?
Oh, I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I had Mew add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really?
What?
Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
What? What are you
Please,
yelling
let me
about?
use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so what is this?
A camera.
It's an image recording function.
Image recording?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try. Ready?
From your mouth?
I also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay. Got it.
Mine's there.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Yeah, lines.
There! This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners, which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
All because
Yeah.
Himiko noticed. And because
Fine.
of Kibo, too.
What about
Where's my
me?
things? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Think you want
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds. You're what?
Excuse me?
Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality. Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so...
Maybe you have issues.
See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan!
Quit talking about your poop. No one cares. Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
Really, man? You're still fighting?
Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion. Now I shall bear witness to your
Still to fight
ability,
Asian
Shuichi.
murder after I
Do
fight
entertain me.
Tio's. Seriously? I pray to God I don't.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them. If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have
Your
removed
Honor,
it
we're
later,
not to find the edges.
because we weren't the ones who
Your
lifted
Honor.
the cage.
Please
That
don't
was
make me to find
Himiko.
two murderers in one case.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch this.
I was just sitting there.
I was wrong!
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
Wait a damn minute, can I lie in the...
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko.
Okay, I can't.
But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no
You're
opportunity
right.
to touch this. So simply put, I am not the killer. The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi.
Flashes
But in regards
meaningless
to
word,
that dilemma,
Shuichi.
I did not carry the cage, nor did I had no opportunity to touch the sickle. So simply put, I am not the killer. The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and...
But in regards to that dilemma,
I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle. So simply put, I am not the killer. The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only
Well,
people
time
who
to
could have placed the
reverse.
sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
There we go.
Cut through your words! The only person who could have set up the
Yeah.
signal and retrieved it afterward is Kyo.
Here's the one who put the
That was
blanket
done
down.
by covering the cage with a white cloth. You could have secretly placed the
Which is
signal
why
in the
you
draped
demanded
cloth.
that we do it in order.
And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
Yeah. What?
It's correct. Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
so it was you.
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen.
Yeah, he didn't kill
Because if you
Angie.
vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking
Two
about,
separate
Kyo?
killers.
I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie.
God damn it.
For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
No, that's gotta be a lie.
That is simply not possible.
I thought it
Recall
was
that I was
Tenko.
unable to enter Angie's lab. Oh. How could I have possibly killed...
We can figure. If you're the one who killed Tenko,
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
The Kibo.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
that's enough! It's voting time!
No.
I'm gonna vote for him!
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
He's right.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Nuts to that. Any way you look at this case, Kyo is
You're gonna
obviously
kill
the culprit.
Angie.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
The culprit's one of you.
Oh,
Wowee!
this argument's getting intense.
The Ultimate Academy is
The court is very divided, isn't it?
its very own more phenomenal trial grounds.
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Why were you?
Me too. You know what time it is. This is my favorite part of this game. No. What? I'm sorry. Are you shooting me right now?
Tenko and Angie!
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
Yeah.
The katana was
Wait,
found
damn it.
in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have
Sorry.
entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
Yep.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death.
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
I like to point out the fact that I'm currently fending off like
forced his
6 of
way
them
into
with
Angie's
4 of
research
us.
lab and
Kyo killed Tenko and...
Kibo! We don't
Kibo,
know for certain
defend.
that Kyo killed Angie.
he forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed.
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
Is Angie
The
herself?
katana was found in
Kyo!
I love how I'm currently
Anyone
defending
could have
against my 2
entered my
teammates.
So Kyo did kill Tenko.
Kokichi!
Perhaps there's a
With
second blackened.
Kokichi and Kibo. I'll take it.
He was planning to use the new
Kyo!
Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery.
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Not this time. Full counter, bitch! By the power of Kokichi, Kibo, and Shuichi.
It would be a mistake to vote before we've
The
completely solved
Keikeichi.
Angie's murder.
The Keikeichis.
And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit.
Yeah, but we still have a whole murder to
We still
find
have
out.
to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
A sickle. Wait a damn minute. A sickle was never a murder weapon.
Damn it!
No, sorry. Actually is a legitimate point here. Where is it? That has been explained yet.
This is it!
Dried blood on the floor. Yeah.
The blood stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tenko's blood?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it, but the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. Why was that blood stain the only dry one?
Damn it!
What? It happened before the seance. No shit. What did I click on?
It was there before we started
Yeah.
the seance.
Before the seance?
That's it! That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was
Tenko stayed
Angie's.
afterwards. She killed her and then walked the
Remember
rooms.
Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder.
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research?
No.
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab,
Wait, damn
that
it, so I
opens up a
was
lot
right.
more possibilities. We assumed that
My
only
suspects
council members could
were
kill
in the
her
wrong
since the body
places,
was in
but
her lab.
yeah, it was
But if she done
Gio
something
and
else,
Tenko.
then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
I do lie a lot, but I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
No. It's Tenko.
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle!
What?
Keep herself awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
That sounds like something only you would do, Mew.
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room?
Hmm.
Been anything?
Necronomicon, fire.
That's it! Wanted a candle!
Yeah. I'm sorry, Kokichi. But think about it for a second.
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, for kinky wax.
No.
No. Angie was going to use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
Sounds about right.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
That's why there was dried blood under floor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held. Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's
Not
murder
wrong.
would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yeah.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be a Tua's will. Or maybe the power of magic.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab?
Are you helping? Because you'll die
Then how do you
if you
explain the
don't
large amount
survive.
of blood in the lab? It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
Why do you think there was a second gash?
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room. She was killed after she was carried to her lab. This is it! The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from a katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What are you? All clear? What are you all? You what? What are? I will not fear. I will not back down.
The hell was that?
Sweet Korekio, calm yourself. Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them. You
Or
must
Gale's a
teach these
chick.
ignorant children a lesson. Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
It's full of doubts, of mysteries,
So
of
confused.
a dense, impenetrable fog. Nothing is clear at all.
You sound familiar.
Angie was attacked in the empty room first, and then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
It's no
Incorrect.
delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body, and not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains.
I was wrong!
You say the culprit carried Angie's body, and not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
Incorrect.
I'll cut through your words!
Calm down and relax.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the
Moxie
body.
was the one who noticed.
It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
What? Atua?
How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Joe now?
Damn it! Damn it!
Let me guess, Angie was suicide then.
I was wrong!
Me psycho. The hell could it possibly be? You?
It has to be you. It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
Really? I was thinking outside the box.
What the fuck? So it's true.
I was trying to get creative,
That was
man.
obvious. Such a boring, obvious.
Yeah.
You killed both of them.
You really couldn't make it a damn bit creative game.
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
Damn it!
That's
Hey.
it.
Look, this is just stupid at this point, okay?
Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tenko wasn't accident?
That's
No.
right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with the seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie...
Yeah, that makes sense.
So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Really? You know what would have been more interesting if you had made so that Tengen killed herself. I mean, Tenko killed Angie,
No reason for him to kill Tenko.
and it made it so that the freaking.
You only needed to
So
kill
we
one
basically have a
person.
freaking killer walking
Killing two
around
is pointless.
among us. That would have been so cool.
If you get bonus points for killing more, then
So much
sure.
cooler.
Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you killed
Excuse
two
me
of
for
our
trying to get
friends?
creative.
What is... What No. So, why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it... Calm yourself, Korekio. Yes. You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
Personality disorder?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly, I will never acknowledge your allegation. For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction.
Was freaking
mystery.
right.
I won't
It was killed the
acknowledge
entire
your
freaking
deductions
time.
or guesses. Well said. Good job, Korekio. Yes, thanks.
So, dude's got multiple personality disorder.
Creeps me the fuck out!
You're wrong.
What?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious, that weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. Apologize. Come on. Apologize. 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 Come on. Apologize.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic? That's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic? That's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you...
This is.
I told you I am not
That's
the
a bit.
culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth.
That is.
Such a
This is
sorry
way
lot.
too touchy though.
Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize.
So his ultimate personality did it.
Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
It ends here!
Holy shit! First try, bitch.
Kyo hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
I see.
Why
And
did
how
I
do you know
assume
the
he was a
floorboard
girl
was the murder
whenever he
weapon?
pulled out makeup?
There was
Showed
a
the
small
symbol
patch
of
of dried
personality.
blood on the underside of the floorboard. Angie's blood?
Yeah,
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board.
it would have also made sense why there was
That's
blood
not
on the
the
floor.
only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the bloodstain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
Oh shit, I can move around to this.
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie. I believe that while Kyo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
And he cold-cocked her with the floorboard.
all you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
That's true. This is the truth.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi. I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Ichi, please, put an end to this.
Play.
For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
Oh, never mind then.
Understand. I'll go over everything one more time.
That looks badass.
I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Who's the culprit? Okay. What? Oh. Wait, really? Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna rest. Sorry. There we go. Why'd you have to do that to Kaides, though? That's just mean, man. That's just a silent F you to Shuichi.
Let's look back at the first murder.
Yeah. Shuichi, take from me, I'm done.
The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms. However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab.
Shuichi, it takes you way too long to get through your closing statement.
While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick. Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this. To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere. And the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door. Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder. To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance. Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was
Tenko also
instrumental
looks
in making sure the murder
actually
was
nice
planned.
though. Shuichi and Kokichi look cool.
Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko, in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Caged Child song. When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium. But our culprit had another plan, to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage.
I have a question. If he was sick during
Tenko was
this, wouldn't
stabbed in the
they have
back of the
heard
neck
him
by the sickle on the
jump?
top of the cage.
Like, don't you make a grunting
She
noise
was
whenever
killed
you
right
observe
before our eyes, and we didn't even see
energy
it.
or do something like that when you're singing or talking?
After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner. Finished the ritual and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. And while we were all focused
Also,
on the
wouldn't
body,
that have made a
the
noise?
culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes we made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we
Kibo
know the
has
culprit
his
drew the magic
revenge.
circle.
Good job, Kibo. I'm sorry we kicked you,
Kureki Oshinguchi,
but it's necessary
the
for the
ultimate
trial.
anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
Apologist. This was real
That's where
ultimate
my
man.
detective work leads us. It all fits.
sweet Correcchio. There are times when it's necessary to admit defeat.
So why?
Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
So why then, Gio?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends. Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100!
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I do not understand a word of this.
Are you on drugs?
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already!
Roger that! One voting time! Coming up!
The heart racing excitement as
The heart-racing excitement!
As the blackened and the spotless finally face off.
It's voting time!
Yeah! You getting pushed in there tonight, Mom Down. You're not the survivor. Even I was gonna save. Let's see if we go next time.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
Even he voted for him. Like he me trying to vote for me. For no freaking reason.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice?
Wait a minute, so on the... Wait a minute, so... I got A on the Hangman's Gambits? What the hell?
Wah! Absolute! All right!
You'll receive it. What? Yeah, there's only 6
now.
chapters, man.
No.
Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right!
Oh?
Hey!
Hey, hey!
shut up!
Nothing to do with it.
What?
Yeah?
Yes.
Then why?
There is someone that I love. I love her with all my heart, and she loves me with all her heart. Yes, we vowed an endless love to
Is that
each
the
other.
weird thing you keep
Forever
doing?
bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an
Or is there
intense
someone
love,
waiting for you?
no matter what anyone says.
Don't tell me, is it your freaking sister?
What? Don't tell me.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's freaking double personality.
Hey,
You see?
Yeah, he means inside him.
Sister.
Huh?
What?
Wait! Right?
Wait,
Whatever is the matter.
So then,
I
how
loved
is
her
it?
so deeply. The fact that we were siblings meant
Yeah, I
nothing
was gonna
to
say
us.
you look identical.
They called it forbidden love. Oh, how I long for my sister's warmth. The only time I felt it. For my beloved sister.
Always messing around.
No. Huh? Sister.
Hmm.
However. Huh? Do you understand?
Yeah, that's her little. That's a little thing he does.
For my beloved sister.
Huh?
Incomprehensible.
Sister. Yes.
what?
I am Korekio's older sister.
What?
Yes.
What the hell?
I am pleased. Sister. Korekio.
Are you serious?
So you literally
told you.
have multiple personality disorder.
Ew.
Well,
What was that?
What? Seems like he was already crazy before he got here. You didn't kill to escape from me. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
Unacceptable. Huh?
I'm like girls.
Wonderful.
Makimiyu, wow.
Eh?
Why, you?
Then.
Basically.
Excellent. Wonderful.
Huh?
But
And studied many people.
can this be? Beautiful.
No way!
You did all that just to kill? Please go that far. That's pretty impressive. You're interested in the Kate's child, just so you could use it to kill someone, right?
For my beloved sister.
Are you okay?
You okay? You look kind of pale.
However.
What is that?
Korekio. Oh dear.
That's all impossible for me to understand.
But how?
Do not worry. That's right. Sister.
So he went insane.
What was that?
Well,
Death is unfair.
another thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Shut up!
You got me.
So then.
It's like the killing part is the fun part. I think learning about people in it is the fun
Sister.
part. I like the debating part. That's always cool.
Sister. Correcchio.
Oh. It's punishment!
Huh?
Alright.
Sister,
Punishment.
that's right.
What?
Therefore, from an anthropological point of view, yes.
What was that?
Now then,
I shall observe. That's right.
Humanity is beautiful.
It's punishment time!
Hell yeah. What? Oh, they're both about to die. They're gonna push me down, man. He's gonna push both of you up, man. No, I knew it. I knew he was going to die, man. Yes. Job, sister.
How gory!
How can this be? Yay!
Oh, I'm not gonna read that.
That's right!
Hey.
Eh?
Well now.
Huh.
Wah, wah, wah,
I told you. What's the point?
Hmm.
Oh yeah. So long.
We could have
Farewell.
at least tried.
Always messing around. Of course!
No, wrong.
But
You're right.
That's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Are the best weapons we
Don't
have.
do his best.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. That's right.
Okay. I see. I wonder how long that'll last. What if your true killing as a killer shows?
Got a minute?
You guys are so close now. This must be a powerful bond of friendship. I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially now after losing 7 people.
actually,
But
Well,
And numbers to count, and thus death doesn't mean lives in the end.
How rude! But you know, I believe in you.
Okay. Well, of course. Hey.
It's to apologize to everyone for those student council then.
how exciting!
No
What?
way!
You alright?
Hey. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're so dumb.
Huh?
Because I'm a liar.
You wouldn't have any free will if the world was comprised with just the
But-
truth. Even I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know.
Nuh-uh. Because...
Himiko's been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back.
Hey,
What are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back? Angie, I'm so lonely. Himiko.
Damn it.
Just to move forward, huh?
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
She's probably the
No,
lightest
she's
person
fine.
here.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
she's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I've told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think?
Yeah, I hope so.
Then Gonta carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya!
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
Eto, what's wrong?
Huh?
Are you sure?
Well,
Yeah, I'm worried about your stupidity.
But
Maybe not, but I feel like the walls we had are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps those walls were her enemies. Seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Got it.
okay.
Yeah, maybe, but you sound like you're bragging, Kaito.
Okay.
Got it. Damn it! I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet.
You're dying?
It- No way am I gonna die here. No way.
Eto,